I've been loving the Corefigs Spider-Man minifigures that have been coming out, and other than them, I've reviewed some pretty cool Spider-Man PS5 adjacent minifigures. Both these symbiote type characters are great with metallic printing. Really like the Venom, and for Miles, the Minifigs version is perfect for the Spider-Verse 2 look for that character, and the Lego one is honestly a great rendition too. And if you can't tell by the symbiote characters being included, it's going to be the black suit from the PS5 game, again printed by Corefigs. Very excited to check this one out since we just recently looked at Miles. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging. This one is going to differ slightly since it is black for the hand, unlike the Miles in the advanced version, which had the red. The back of the card is still going to be black though, so consistency there. I already sort of said it in the Miles one. I do think the round packaging is fun. It just creates a nice, unique look. Inside, you're going to have a bag with both of the 2 extra heads. And of course, the minifigure. The number I got is 23 out of 100. So nice to see cool designs for these cards. You can see the symbiote stippling eye look there. It's nice to see the variety. And again, this minifigure is going to be in collaboration kind of with Jocka Brick. Very excited to take a look at this figure, so let's go ahead and get it on the stand. And this figure is going to be brand new for the PS5 game. Looking at it right now, it reminds me a lot of the Agent Venom suit, since the sort of look has plating for armor basically, with all the different outlines. So that's not just going to be like a flat suit. It's got some texture to it. I'll say for this one, I do like the subtlety of the design where it is really just black with the singular sort of gray all around. On the eyes, there's like kind of a nice blending into the black, so it's not just straight white with an outline. Same kind of goes for the Symbiote Spider-Man logos on the front and the back, where it is just white. Looks nice for being printed on black. There isn't any fading at all in the coloring. And like their other Spider-Man figures, it's going to have pretty much wraparound printing everywhere other than the inside of the legs, which is fine, especially for a black figure like this where a lot of the detailing just kind of blends in anyway. You don't need it where you can't see it. And as a fun detail with their advanced suit, it came with the arm that has the symbiote crawling up it. So you could probably do some fun transformation sort of pictures if you wanted to with both figures. And even though it is based off of the video game, I do think they stayed pretty true to the comics look. Obviously, this is going to be pretty simplified and based off of the 2012 minifigure that Lego actually did. I think this is actually a lot more accurate to a lot of renditions of the comic version. So it's great to see them have that level of continuity into the game, which is going to continue into the minifigure. And I could see people just using these legs and these arms for different Black Ops figures, agent characters of some sort. So it's nice to see some versatility there. And I want to point it out, on the back of the head, there is like that creepy alien texturing as well. So that's fun to see. Let's go ahead and throw on one of the extra heads. And this is going to be one of the areas where this figure differs a lot more than the previous 2, where it has that extra head and a second extra head instead of the printed arm that would be included. Honestly, just thinking about the gameplay and where this character is, it wouldn't really make sense for him to have an alternative arm. Maybe an accessory of some sort. But so far in their line, they haven't introduced custom molded parts, so pretty out of the ordinary for them, obviously. But you can see on the eyes there, it's a little bit more feral, where he's turning into Venom versus the more natural Spider-Man look. I think this actually looks really cool and reminds me a lot of the game design, so they did a good job there translating it. That's a fun option for a head. And let's go and throw on the last one. And for this head, great execution. Once again, having the mask sort of pulled back. You can see the white for the, I want to say eyes, but also I guess could have been like the teeth pulling back. In different comic books, that's kind of how that looks. And it's kind of fun to see the Spider-Man head just printed on the inner mask area. Looks pretty much like an exact copy of the default advanced suit mask. Again, no coloring issues. The red looks perfect. And the back of all these heads is all the same. But that's really fun. I'd rather have this than a random printed arm. I'm very happy with this figure. It is just a subtle black minifigure, but detailing is pretty cool. I love the line work on this. Works great to create that kind of plated armor look. And all of those heads are amazing and could be thrown on different Venom figures as well. All that being said, let's go ahead and get into the comparisons and the final verdict. It's kind of fun to see Spider-Man taking advice from Batman by working in black and sometimes very, very dark gray. All these different symbiote suits and all. And it's very fun to see basically the main 3 suits from the Insomniac PS5 game being the main Miles, main non-symbioted Peter, and then also, of course, the symbiote suit. Corefigs put up for pre-order like a shield version of the Spider-Man suit that was in the video game. I didn't pick up that one. I just don't feel enough attachment to it to have a minifigure. Not that I'm not going to keep an eye out and see if any other suits down the line or other figures from other lines that they might put out. I'm going to consider them, but where I am right now, I do think these are the 3 suits that I would have wanted from the game. And past this, I don't know. I couldn't tell you any specific ones that I would love. You know, maybe the Miles Wolverine suit. I think that would make for a very cool minifigure. Other than that, it would just be kind of comic-inspired suits that already exist in Lego, basically. I already have a really cool one of like the Raimi symbiote suit, and it's hard for me to pick. So I'm going to have to definitely just keep an open mind and see what they put out in the future and make decisions from there. You can see these 2 right here with that metallic sheen and added print to them to give them kind of a slimy look. And that is missing here. It does benefit from the fact that Lego plastic is just shiny to begin with. So it does give it somewhat of an effect, but not something that is going to be intentional. It's just byproduct of what the medium that they're printing on is. I think, like I already described, and the same for these 2 figures as well, it's just the overall printing and detailing in all 3 of these minifigures is just really great. And I do think the symbiote and the Miles suit benefit from being black, just because the dark gray is just going to be a lot better for blending in subtle detailing, and the colors aren't going to stand out as much when they are used for shading as they do on the Peter version. I do think this is a great version of the symbiote suit. If you do not have another custom version, this could easily be a comic version. Just like I said about Miles, where you can fit it anywhere. It has just enough detailing that honestly this could just be a normal Lego minifigure. It doesn't scream custom to me. It does have great detailing. It does have some kind of above and beyond printing, whether it's on the legs wrapping around there, but it's subtle enough. This will fit in with a comic book version of Kraven. It'll fit in a comic book version of Venom that I got here. That's a custom minifigure, obviously, but is a simplified design, or any other combination of your official villains for the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery. I'm a big fan, glad to have all 3 of these like I already said, and I'm optimistic about the future. Maybe they will put out some more really cool figures. Love to see them put out maybe some of the villains from the first game or even the second one. Obviously, you know, a lot of the ones in the second one might be a bit more complicated for a brand that's really starting out, especially if they're not going to use any molded parts since they haven't done that so far, but you never know. As they keep going along with these, I hope they're successful. They can keep growing. But let me know, out of the 3 that I got here, which one is your favorite? And this is tough for me, just because I do really like the Peter Spider-Man suit there, but it's a very tough choice between those 2. I would definitely give it to Miles, maybe, since the extra coloring just makes it stand out a bit more than the, you know, black with gray detailing. But all 3 of these are great attempts. Love the extra heads on this minifigure, and all the extra parts for these were also great. The extra heads on all of them. It's nice to have that kind of consistency where you get a figure, you'll have 2 different expressions, or in this case 3. I think that's a good pattern. They should keep that up. If you want to see more custom Lego Spider-Man reviews or custom superhero videos overall, check out all the content on my channel. I've been Brick Ratty Up, and I'll see you in the next video.